It's with great pleasure that I enter in your house today. We are back to the moment of the teaching, and the number of the teaching is the number 3. And the title is The Quran is false, but the Torah is the true one. So that is what I'm going to prove today. So again, I am happy to greet all of you. Okay, let me adjust my clothes. Yeah, this is something that I have to do at the beginning of the teaching so that your eyes are not bothered. Your eyes and your, what else? Is there another things than eyes? Okay, Yahushua bless you all. It's the ambassador of Yahushua Elia who enters in your house now. So it's the teaching number 3 that you are following. Okay, let's go. Elia is going to explain that the Quran is false, but the Torah is absolutely true. So why we chose this title? Why I chose this title? Because the book of Quran criticize and blame the truth of the Torah. They say that it is wrong, it is been changed, and so on and so forth. But that is what Elia is going to bring. That are all wrong. So let's say that what they have said is true. So why they should wrote that wrong thing in their book, the Quran? That is not logical at all. So how can you write something wrong in your book? Doesn't that mean that the Quran is false? False double times, because you have wrote something wrong. And if you say we got the truth, so show that truth. But the Sefer Torah is always a Sefer Torah, and there is nothing like wrong or true, but it's only one. And Elia has one. That's why I am saying that. So that is something that I have to tell you that first. And having the Torah, the result is people who follow the book of Torah of beloved YAHVAH never sin anymore. They never sin anymore. They don't know how to do bad things anymore. They don't know how to sin anymore. So that is the most wonderful thing with that true God. They become people who never sin anymore, which Quran is not able to do. But the book of the God of Abraham, the Torah, it's only that. Who can do that? Because it's in there that who point out YAHOSHUAH, the son of Mary, and those who follow YAHOSHUAH, the son of Mary, never sin anymore, and they are washed away from their sins. They don't know how to commit sin anymore. And that is the program of the God of Abraham. So that people never sin anymore. So that people don't know how to sin anymore, and they are saved completely, because it's that sin which made the face of the God of Abraham hidden. Whether you are Christian, fake Christian, or Muslims, whoever you were, as long as you are sinners, you cannot get along with that God of Abraham. That is the true one. That is the truth. So that is the first introduction. If it is something that wrong according to you, Muslim, why do you write it in your Quran? It is something that has mistakes, so how can you write it there? So you are now has 2 mistakes. But now Elia is arrived here to prove that there is nothing wrong in the Torah, but yours is false. Okay, let's carry on. We're not going to talk about the details like mistakes in words, but we're going to come into that. But there is no words, no mistakes in the words. But that is the thing that Elia is going to explain, the truth of the words and the fulfillment of the words in the book of Torah, the Sefer Torah of the Jews. Let's start it from the story of Abraham and to the end of the story of Abraham. And who has got the agreement? Who has received the agreement? And the children, their children. I'm going to explain that to you first, and after I give you the chapter and verse in the Torah. I'm going to give you first the chapter and verse in the Torah to tell you that there is no mistakes in there, but it's in harmony. because Muslims say this it's false because they want to talk about Ismail. They want to say that Ismail is the ancestors of all Arabs, and when they are pulling that Ismail thing, they started to blame the Torah, and they say it's the Quran which is the true one because Ismail came from that, and Ismail is the chosen one, not Isaac. And that's why they blame the Torah and they value the Quran by saying this is the absolute truth. But you haven't heard about the story, that story, except in the Torah of Jews, and you cannot deny that. So if the Torah of Jews, where you find that true story, how can you just blame like the Torah is false? And that's why I say if the Torah is false, you should not take, you shouldn't have take something wrong. And if you say you got the true one, show the true one. But Elia has the true one. If you have got Torah, you should have been washed away from your sin and you never sin anymore. However, that doesn't exist in you in Quran. Even the Quran said you cannot make